Hello, everybody. I am Pierre Tatevin, the Vice President of the French Infectious Diseases Society, and I'm happy to present you our society on behalf of the President, France Rowe. So these are our partners from the pharmaceutical industry, and we developed a lot of partnerships with the societies that are developing new antibiotics, new antivirals, new antifungal agents, or new diagnostic tests, and we are most grateful for the help they provide to support our activities. So this is the overview of the French Society of Infectious Disease. It's been created in 1974. The objective was to contribute to better management of the infectious disease through education, especially toward the young or the less young infectious disease training, the communication to our colleagues, but also to the general population. We organize several trainings each year in different areas of infectious diseases. We have activities in terms of lobbying, advocacy, and try to be involved in all the important decisions that are taken by our national or international institutions in our fields. We also organize seminars and conferences on infectious diseases every year. And we have some research activities. One is clinical research. We created the RENARCI network, a network of more than 80 hospitals to improve our participation in clinical research. And we also each year select young researchers for whom we give grants to support their good research. Regarding our current situation, we have more than 700 active members, mostly infectious diseases, but also microbiologists, intensivists, internal medicine, pediatricians, geriatricians, public health, pharmacists, nurses, and many others. And regarding our main activities, like the ESCMID, we have study groups that are very important because they can develop the areas within their expertise. We have one about immunodepression and infection. We have one on guidelines. We have one on antimicrobial stewardship. We have one on vaccination and prevention. We have one on emergencies. We have one on research that is a combination with the College of Infectious Diseases Specialists. We have one that is in association with the French Society of Geriatry, which is focused on the infectious disease in the geriatric population. And we also have our young French infectious disease network, the REGIF, Réseau des Jeunes Infectiologues Français, which has been very dynamic over the most recent years. And after each group, you see the names of the people who are in charge, responsible for the coordination of the activities. And they are very, very helpful for our society. Here you see the name of our website, the name of our main journals, and I will come back to this later. Our national conference, the biggest is the Journée Nationale d'Infectiologie, with more than 2,000 people participating every year. We even managed to lead them during the COVID years outside of the huge waves, and it was very important for us to gather. And the next one will take place in Bordeaux from 15 to 17 of June. And if you like good science, infectious disease, or good wine, you should join us. And lastly, I'll come back to that later, but we had to develop our activities in communication, especially for specific topics that required actions such as Lyme, COVID, vaccine hesitancy, advocacy for universal access to quality healthcare, or the way we receive and we take care of the migrants. So just for you to have a look on our website, it's a very updated website, updated several times each week with more than 1 million visitors every year, and it gives update on many things. It is also used by our groups, study groups, to post when they want us to know of communication or when they need some support or collaboration. Regarding our publications, the biggest is Infectious Disease Now, which is mainly a research journal, which is indexed in PubMed. The second one is in French. ID Now is in English, but Médecine et Maladies Infectieuses is in French. Is really, it was created for training. So it's update on important infectious disease topics in French. We recently created La Gazette de l'Infectiologie, which is dedicated to the general population so that we can communicate what we want them to be aware of. We have a dedicated newsletter for COVID vaccine since the beginning of 2021 to help our vaccine campaign that has been quite difficult at the beginning in France. And we also have to support antimicrobial stewardship newsletter on antibiotics. So to conclude, we have challenges and we have success, but we also have good perspectives. First, we are all volunteers. We mean we don't receive any money for what we do, which is a good point, but also can be a problem in terms of availability by the time of crisis. We really saw it during the COVID. We, as doctors in our hospitals, we could not deny our duties, which were to take care of our patients in the hospital, and the scientific society could not come first in our activities. But anyway, we managed to survive, we remained active during COVID storms, and I think there are many points where our presence and our activities have been important in France. Second, as you are all aware, French is not the language of the future in medicine, so it's sometimes complicated to keep activity with French-speaking society, but still, French is the main language for millions of people who are interested in infectious disease worldwide, so we think it's important to keep some communication and some publication in French. And finally, I want to outline that we have some great recent success. We had some progress in communication. I already talked about this, but I think our society was very important to fight against fake news or controversy for topics such as Lyme disease or the use of hydroxychloroquine in COVID. Second, we had a dramatic rise in the involvement of the young infectious disease in our society, and it was largely thanks to our current president, France Robleau, and I want to thank her again here. And finally, we are participating more and more in international activity. So you are all welcome to join us. Please go to our website, and I wish you a good ESCMID.